In this video, I want to take a look at the settings in WooCommerce that control the look of your store's catalog. Okay, so under Settings here, we're going to go to Catalog. You're going to see a section here called Show Subcategories. Now, this is a little bit misleading because they actually mean categories. I think they're taking it as your store is one big category and then any category you create underneath that is a subcategory. Anyway, they really mean categories here. And right now, we're not showing subcategories or categories on category pages or on the shop page. Those are both unchecked right now. So what does that look like? Well, basically, your catalog will show every product, right? So we've got a mix here of plates and bowls. Okay, even though we have categories for plates and bowls, it just shows absolutely everything for us. Okay, so let's switch this now, and let's say show subcategories on the shop page. All right, so let's update this. And now when we refresh the catalog page, we're going to see categories along with all of our products. And this is where it gets a little bit confusing. They're going to show us, even though we've got all of our products, I mean, if I had 30, 100, 500 products, they would all start showing up on these pages along with the categories. So that seems a little bit counterintuitive. So we go back to the settings here, and there's another checkbox here. It says, when showing subcategories or categories, hide products. So let's check that off. And I save my changes. And now all we get are categories. Okay. Let me drill down to bowls here. So now I'm going to see all of my bowls. Okay. But I've got subcategories. So let's say I had, 200 bowls. Again, I would have the same sort of problem. I would just see every single bowl, but I want to see the subcategories underneath bowls. So now I go back to my settings again, and here's where show subcategories on category pages needs to be checked off. And I go like this, and I save my changes, and I refresh. So now what I'm going to see is my categories. Now remember, I've still got it checked off here. When showing subcategories, hide all your products. And I think really you're going to need this. Like if I take this off here, okay, so now I'm saying I'm going to show categories, subcategories, as well as products. Oh, we got a slow server. There we go. So in other words, I'm saying show subcategories and keep showing products. This is what we run into. Again, the same problem of, well, there's my categories, but I've already got all my bowls displaying, right? So I think in general, if you're going to display categories, you're going to want to turn this on anyway and completely remove images of products until you get to the categories themselves. So now that I drill down to wooden bowls, there's nothing below that. So now I start to see my products. Okay, if I go back to bowls here and I go to soup bowls now, there's no subcategories under there, so I just start seeing my products. And that's probably the best way, unless you don't have a lot of products, in which case you could just get rid of categories altogether and simply show all the products. Okay, now when you've got these categories showing, let me go back up here to bowls. It's kind of blank here because we don't have category images. And the way you change that is under your products here, and you go to categories. You can add images for all of these. So let's say, for example, I'm going to add to wooden bowls. You go down here and you see thumbnail. Okay, upload, add image. Let me go get a thumbnail. Well, I don't even have a thumbnail. I'm just going to grab a bowl. I'm going to use the same teak bowl that we did before for the actual product. And there we go. Now, it doesn't have any other wording here. You just click Insert into Post. Sometimes some plugins will say, use as category. This one doesn't. It just says Insert into Post. So that's the one you use. And there your little image will show up for you. And it's resizing it for you in terms of how it displays, right? There you go. Wooden bowls. All right. I'll talk more about why this image is chopped off when I get to images under WooCommerce. But for now, There you go. You've got your category thumbnail for that. You could add it to all of these and have a nice looking catalog that way. Now, one of the questions is, how do you determine how many products get displayed on here? And that can be a little bit confusing because there is nothing under, if we go back over here to our settings, unlike Jigo Shop, which has a setting for number of products per page, there's nothing here for that. Under Catalog or Pages, there's nothing anywhere. And they don't explain the fact that they're actually using, I'll go over here, they're actually using the settings from WordPress themselves. So under Reading here, it says, show 10 posts per page, okay? That's what WooCommerce is using, okay? Which is fine. You could go in here and you change this, say you want 30 products per page, you could change that. But it means your blog's also going to show 30 posts per page, and you may not want that. You might want separate number for your blog and a separate number for your catalog. Now, you can make the change in WooCommerce, but it's going to take some PHP work, okay? This is from the WooCommerce documentation, and they've got a filter here that you can add into your functions.php file of your theme, or your child theme, hopefully, that you're using. And I've got an explanation of it here. Let me just switch. There we go. This is a file that I've got in the working files for you, and it's got a full explanation of where to place it, how to change it. We just changed the number 24 here to whatever you want, 30, 10, whatever you want per page, and you drop that into your functions.php, and you actually control the number of products that you will see per page.